Good morning, one and all. Welcome back to Red's Homestead, the homestead of beginners. So, today is going to be a pretty cool day. We're going to be cutting down some trees. Yeah, I didn't really plan on doing this until next year, but I got an offer I couldn't refuse from a licensed and insured tree cutting guy that just happened to not be doing anything today. So I'm going to go ahead and take advantage of this offer. So the chicken coop over there is on standby because today, you can actually see them from here, we're going to be cutting down that tree, which is unfortunate. It's a nice maple, but it is dropping. That's the one that's dropping every limb during every storm, and big limbs too, not small ones. Then you can see from here, that pine right there, that one's gonna go. And you come around here, well, it's hard to see, but you can kind of see right that top one right there. It's huge. Those are the three on the property that's cleared out that I'm not comfortable doing myself because they're like skyscrapers, and some of them close to the house. So paying somebody to do that. So what I'm going to look into today, and another first, because I have no idea how these things work, is this big bad boy here. I know there's a battery somewhere in there. And I've never played with any of these engines before, but apparently this thing worked a year ago. So I told the guy, it's the previous owners owned this. So I asked him to throw it in with the house, and he did. So we're just gonna mess around with it and see if I can figure out if I can make it work.
Welcome to Red's Homestead!
So here's what I've learned so far. Where's my flashlight? There it is. So what I did is I just cleaned out the battery. I mean, that thing was shot dead. And it looks as though we have a decent charge on it. So I won't have to do a new battery. Now, upon further inspection, obviously that's your fuel filter. And there's your supply line right here. And it ends. So, let's see if I can show you this down here. All right, yeah, that little plug right there looks, at first I thought that was just a drain for the gas can, but it looks like that's where this hose is supposed to hook up, but it was cut or something because there's no connection to that gas can, and I'm wondering if they just kind of rigged it up how I'm thinking of rigging it up, just putting that hose in the gas can. I could try it. I'm gonna give it a shot. So if that doesn't start this guy up, then I'll start checking the plugs. Although I saw this right here. So if these plugs and oil filters only a couple years old, then you know it's not good. It still needs it to be replaced, but it should crank. And if it doesn't, I'll get my wife over here and I'll have her crank it while I take a look, see what's going on back there. But see if I can get fuel in there. All right, so that didn't do anything. So I'm going to now take a look at the spark plugs. Basically, I'm just starting my way from the top of the battery and working my way back to the engine. See if I can get this guy started. All right, so I'm gonna do some more research. I couldn't get her to start, so fuel, I think the biggest issue, fuel is not getting to the carburetor, because whenever I start it, I don't see any fuel going through the lines or coming into the fuel filter. The lines I don't think are clogged. I still need to check that, but I even poured gas directly into the carburetor and starter fluid into the carburetor, and that didn't do it either. So I'm gonna do some more research, but so that project is sidelined. For now, I'm gonna go help my wife clear out some of these trees and get the chainsaw while she's using the pole saw and get some of the bigger stuff.
mode is it?
Yep, you pull that towards you. There you go.
This one's a good one.
Yeah.
It's like going circles.
Go in circles.
Yep.
All right. Whoa.
Whoa.
Okay, I'll stand over here. All right, let's get Mommy's lettuce.
Yep. Mommy, this one's gonna be like.
There you go. Should we go and do the onions? They don't need a lot of water. We can give them a little bit. You want to give them a little bit of water?
Yeah.
Let's give it a little bit. I'll grab this hose. We'll walk this way. And look what we have coming up. You know what this is? Do you remember?
Garlic.
That's right. Now this over here.
Let me see what it is.
What does this look like to you?
It kinda.
I grew it back at the other house.
What?
Onions.
Onions.
Give it a little bit of water.
Okay.
There you go. So I think it did actually rain a little this morning.
Yep. Oh.
Good enough. Bye. So I'm gonna go ahead and call today mildly successful. Was not successful with the wood chipper, but I did narrow it down to a few things. So I know battery's good, it's getting electrical. It's not getting fuel to the carburetor. It could be a number of things. I don't know that model or anything about it, but I know some need to be running for the fuel pump to engage, but putting gas into the carburetor tells me that maybe it's not getting a spark at all. So I'll check all the spark plugs, which is a pretty simple process. So I stopped doing that to help Shannon clear out trees, and you can see kind of all along here we just piled trees up from what we cleared, and we call it like a zombie wall. So I don't know if we have a before and after of what we did, but cleared a couple trees over here, and she just went all the way down this whole tree line, just going maybe 5-6 feet further in. It used to be like crazy brush, but now we can see even further along. And then I cut these big guys down, hauled away a bunch. I was gonna get to those two, but chainsaw just decided to quit working. So another tool that I have to try to figure out what's going on with. You can see down here a little bit better now. We just went in a few feet. Gave up right here because it's a little too brambly. I need to get my brush cutter to get that cleared out, but we went really deep in here. Used to come out to maybe about here, and we just cleared it out, opening up more and more land. All right, I think I'm gonna go ahead and sign out for today. See you guys. Thanks for coming.